Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome to the Eric Erickson Show podcast, Hour 2.
Hello, America. Welcome. It is Eric Erickson here. The phone number, 877-973-7425. Should you wish to be a part of the program, happy to have you. You can text Eric, E-R-I-C-K, to 33777. Get the show notes, follow around. The show notes, by the way, Philip is putting them together. They'll be out here momentarily. And Nate, stand by. I'm going to take your phone call here in just a second. I gotta say though, real quick. Some of you, y'all are better at this than me. I feel guilty. I've started getting asks from people. Your wife's scans have got to be coming up at some point soon. When are they? Well, they were today. I haven't said anything because she goes to Emory University's healthcare system. Her doctor's there, and he's fantastic. So they built this new cancer facility, and it's in Midtown Atlanta, where they had been at Emory's campus, which is about 20 minutes away. And she can't get everything done today because they scheduled her to get her blood work done on the main campus and her CT scan at the Midtown location at the same time. She couldn't be in two places at one time. And then they forgot to schedule her consultation with her doctor. So now she's got to do it all over again on Thursday. Just like, oh, they built this new facility to be more efficient and patient-friendly, and it's just been a disaster while they work out the bugs to get scheduling and everything else out. But yes, her scans are this week. Prayers are appreciated, but yeah, it's she got her CT done today. She'll get her lab work done on Thursday. Hopefully she'll see the doctor on Thursday. Anyway, thank you for asking. I do appreciate it. Now, I don't want to leave Nate waiting. Nate, I want to go on and take your phone call. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Hey, Eric. Hope everything goes okay with the scans.
Thank you.
Wanted to make a quick comment on the cancel culture thing, and I think a lot of people on the left and right don't understand what cancel culture actually is. I can't cancel anyone as a normal person. Me boycotting Target isn't canceling anyone. You know, it's coming from a top down and those in positions of power to punish a normal average citizen, a small business owner, whoever, to make an example out of them. So like Libs of TikTok, for example. You had the Washington Post, you had politicians, you had corporate entities coming after this average citizen to post that. You can't hold that mirror up.
Uh-oh. Nate, you moved. You're like off your phone and onto like car speaker or something. Nate, sorry, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But to your point, so here's the issue with cancel culture. Cancel culture has been used by the left to silence voices and drive conservative voices out of the public square. Where was cancel culture most deployed? It was against conservatives who would go on television and say things the left didn't like, particularly on transgenderism. I myself, the left tried to cancel me repeatedly when I was at CNN just because I existed and said things they didn't like. It is a problem. But the other side of this is that the left refused to believe there was cancel culture. The left repeatedly said there's not cancel culture. It's nonsense. These people deserve to lose their job over the offensive things they said. And so you shouldn't be surprised to know that they were kind of successful. And the right's like, well, okay, then look at all these offensive things you guys are saying right now. The left's like, we can't have cancel culture. What's good for the goose has to be good for the gander. All these lefties lecture us on authoritarianism these days, particularly right-wing authoritarianism, and Donald Trump, and they're huge authoritarians. They want to silence us. There's a big difference, though, between you espousing a political view and you wishing awful things on other people. Like, for example, I lost an advertiser to this program because of my views on transgenderism. They didn't want to do business with me. And by the way, I'm not telling you who they are because I don't want to shame them. It was their right. That's fine. But it was a targeted effort by the left to deprive me of advertising revenue to try to hurt me. It's actually one reason, like, I encourage people to subscribe to my show notes, because if you subscribe to my show notes, it's like $7 a month, and it actually boosts revenue to make me uncancelable when these businesses are pressured as advertisers to drop me. It's offset. And the left really hates that. That's why they hate Substack, by the way, because Substack helps make people uncancelable. But there's a real difference in my mind of here, I'm a Christian. I believe these things are true. I'm not going to use someone's preferred pronouns to affirm them when I think it's nuts. Versus like this guy I told you about from this company who literally said he hopes that this person's family died in the Holocaust and that he will soon die in a new Holocaust. And when he does, the guy's going to dance in the streets. That's not taking a political view that's unpopular. That's actually wishing harm directly on an individual. But what the left did for the longest time is they said, what words? Words are violence. Words are violent. That's what they claimed. And now they're in the streets saying death to the Jews, and then suddenly that's not violence at all. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to twist everything in their direction. You know, one of the things they want to twist in their direction as well, which I think is kind of funny, is climate change and the advance of the Green New Deal. And they want to take over a free market economy and shift it in their direction through control so that it's not a free market economy, but that they get to pick the winners and the losers, not just in who gets to speak in the town square, but who gets to make money. And it's having a funny outcome. It's caused inflation. It has caused interest rates to go up. Do you know, by the way, inflation is going down, and you know why it's going down? Gas prices. Gas prices have gone down, so inflation's gone down. Funny that. So in other words, we could actually probably lower costs if we pump more oil in this country. But Biden won't do that because of the environmentalists. But now there's a hilarious irony. The Financial Times has the story. It's going to be in the show notes. Tesla is starting to have a hard time with its solar panels. So Tesla sells a solar roof tile, and your home can be covered in these roof tiles instead of regular architectural shingles. And then these roof tiles generate money for you. They generate power for you, and they save you some money along the way. Solar panel companies are now having problems. Do you know why? The Inflation Reduction Act was a Green New Deal and didn't do anything to inflation. So as inflation has gone up, the costs of the solar panels have gone up. And then interest rates have gone up, and we're finding a whole lot of businesses, including the environmental businesses, the wind turbine companies and the solar panel companies, they can't make money off of high interest rates. With high interest rates, their debt burden has gotten so high, a lot of these companies are going under. Tesla has gone from bragging about its solar roofing products to just adding a sentence to its SEC filings. The Green New Deal and the Inflation Reduction Act don't work because of inflation and interest rates and because of regulation. California has imposed regulatory changes, of course they have, that are causing costs to go up for the solar panel companies. There are supply chain issues due to rare earth mineral blockades from China. China doesn't want to give away their rare earth minerals. It's causing supply chain problems. Higher interest rates. Inflation impacting the raw materials. All of these companies are declining. They're dragging down Tesla as well. They've had to hike prices. Listen to this from the Financial Times. Produced primarily in its star-crossed Buffalo Gigafactory 2, the solar roof is an actual product a person can buy. which isn't always the case with Tesla launches. But deployments, once targeted by the company to run at 1,000 per week, last year were 21 per week. Prices were hiked in 2021, with at least one customer charged more than double the contract cost, which resulted in a wave of cancellations and class action lawsuits that Tesla paid $6 million to settle. Between Tesla's 10Ks of 2021, that is an SEC filing, of 2021 and 2022, solar roof deployments have halved. This is how Tesla wrote about it in 2018 in its SEC filing. We have been installing this product, the solar roof, at a slow pace to gather learnings about our design and installation processes and plan to ramp the production of solar roof with significantly improved manufacturing capabilities in 2019. And this is what they documented in 2020 in their SEC filing. We are ramping the volume production of solar roof at Gigafactory New York, and we are improving our installation capacity and efficiency. Here's 2021. We're currently focused on ramping production of energy storage products, improving our solar roof installation capabilities and efficiency. Gross margin for energy generation and storage decreased from 0.9% to negative 4.6%, primarily due to a higher proportion of solar roof in our overall energy business, which operated at a lower gross margin. And then in 2022, we're currently focused on ramping production and improving capability and efficiency. They can't make money off this thing. And the costs across the entire industry have gone up so much. The left first wanted to take control of speech and who could be in the town square, and then they wanted to take control of the economy to advocate the Green New Deal, and, well, market forces are disrupting them. This is why communism never works, because market forces can't be controlled by communists as best they try. And the communists in our government structured a Green New Deal, and the Green New Deal, under the cover of an Inflation Reduction Act, were meant to bring subsidies to green marketplaces and put solar panels on roofs and electric cars on the road. But inflation has caused problems. Interest rates have caused the market to suffer. Inflation has caused the cost of production to go up and the cost of raw materials to go up. The left can't control your speech, and they can't control the markets because the market's forces do not respond kindly to government controls and subsidies. It gets the market out of whack. And Tesla and all these other companies are now having trouble with their solar panel products because they can't afford to produce them in an economy with interest rates as high as they are. All because the left decided it could exert government authority to control you, your speech, and your economy. And it doesn't work. It's ending badly for all of them. And that's actually a good thing for you. The sooner we get through this, the better off we will be. Look at them. They bet against Toyota hybrid vehicles, and now Toyota is dominating the market because every other auto manufacturer decided they would go a pure battery vehicle play, and Toyota said, no, we can make more cars with a hybrid model and also lower greenhouse gas emissions. They tried to oust the chairman of Toyota. It failed, and now Toyota's winning the game because Toyota bet wisely against the herd and in favor of the market. The market rewarded Toyota. They're punishing Joe Biden and his Green New Deal. Guys, if you're a small, mid-sized business, you're struggling with HR issues, you have employees not showing up, or you got to do a termination, you need onboarding of employees, maybe there's a sexual harassment complaint. You want an HR manager. You don't want to be the bad guy with your employees. Bambee can play the role of HR for you. $99 a month, available by phone, email, real-time chat. They do onboardings, terminations. They help your team members get to peak performance, and your business stays compliant with changing HR regulations, regardless of which state. They're great. Now, they're U.S.-based. You got somebody to talk to who's dedicated to your team. They give you access to HR expertise, and they add personal touches. So even though they're outsourced by your company, they really feel like they're a part of your team. That matters. Go to Bambee.com right now. Type in Eric Erickson under podcast. When you sign up, it'll help my show. Bambee.com, 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 Eric Erickson in the podcast tab.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Greetings, conversationalists. Welcome. It is Eric Erickson here, 877-973-7425. Should you wish to be on the program, I am happy to have you. Mary, I want to go to you. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hi there.
Am I on?
Yes.
Hey. So I have a question, comment. With the people tearing down the posters of the kidnapped babies and just so many things, are people getting dumber? Like, is humanity becoming dumb and dumber, more reactionary, like primal?
Yeah, I wonder about that. So this. I promise you, this doesn't sound related, and it is. The people driving post-COVID, it's like everyone's forgotten how to drive. People are distracted. It's bizarre to me, the things I see now people do on the road that didn't exist then. Some switch has flipped in people's heads, and I wonder, is it information overload? They don't know what to trust. They're distracted perpetually now. But yeah, and part of it I think is in this postmodern era. It's more about emotion. Reason is on the way out. And emotion is on the way in, and people are reacting more emotionally. And when you act more emotionally about things, you tend to be more tribal because your emotions connect you to a different sort of people than your reason does. And people, I guess we're all getting dumber. There is some research out there that IQ scores are declining.
Are they? I would believe that.
Yeah.
And when you say people are more emotional, well, we know that that's illogical, that we can't always make our choices based on an emotion in the moment. We know that that's momentary, and if we wait and think on it a few days, we might change our mind.
Yep.
Or we regret our behavior the days that we reacted emotionally. So we know that that's wrong. That's not ideal. So why do we continue to go that way?
I wish I had an answer for you. It's a great question that I wish I did. Look, I appreciate it. I got to let you go there because I'm running out of time. But Mary's right. I mean, it is. People are like. There was a story out a while back that the average IQ scores are starting to go down. Test scores are going down. We are regressing to some sort of primitive state. We're headed back into the dark ages, and part of that, I do think, is in an environment and an age where people want to be entertained, we don't have seriousness of thought. And part of it, honestly, if we're really honest about it, part of it is because we had such easy times for so long. The United States won, and we assumed all the fights were over, and we moved on. And we had 9/11, and then we got lulled back into a false sense of security. And now we argue over dumb things like, can boys really become girls? Well, of course not. And yet you have so many people who believe emotionally that they can. And, I mean, people are just getting dumb these days. Information overload makes people check out of all the information altogether. And then you get taken advantage of. It's one reason I want to tell you about Swiss America. You got 10 regional banks have had their credit downgraded. They're going to keep racking up profits. They might get a bailout. They could be sold to a mega bank. The government will take care of them. They won't necessarily take care of you if the bank is in the sweetheart spot for the government to do, like Silicon Valley Bank. That's why my friends at Swiss America have been sounding the alarm about the secret war on cash and the all-out assault on our freedom. You got soaring interest rates squeezing the economy. You got banks teetering on collapse. Swiss America can educate you on ways to protect your hard-earned assets right now. You go read their report. It's The Secret War on Cash. Your copy's free. All you do is call or text 800-289-2646. The all-out war on cash includes digital forms of currency. It's spreading daily. The government and corporations collaborating against you. Get The Secret War on Cash for free. All you do is mention my name, Eric Erickson. You call or text 800-289-2646. That's 800-289-2646. 2646. You can also go to SwissAmerica.com/Eric, SwissAmerica.com/ERICK, or call them. All you got to do is mention my name, Eric Erickson, at 800-289-2646. You can text that number as well, my name. Message and data rates apply.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Termination paperwork. That's why. Welcome. It's Eric Erickson here. 877-973-7425. Should you wish to be on the program. Christmas cards, come on. Christmas cards. My wife saw that. Sorry, I'm having this conversation with Charlie. I asked him for his address the other day. He's only now just asked me, why did you need my address on Saturday? Christmas cards, not termination paperwork. My wife got a coupon in the mail. She's like, oh, we get 20% off if we do everything today. Literally on Saturday, or no, it was Sunday. It was Sunday. She's like, oh, you got to get an address from this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. I spent most of Sunday collecting addresses from friends of mine and texting and making sure and like, please, I want to go watch football, but my wife's got me doing Christmas cards right now. And then we missed the order deadline for the 20% off. But that's okay. She got a 25% off coupon today. I tell her if we wait till closer to Christmas, we might get a 50% off. We should just keep waiting. We didn't do Christmas cards last year. Everything's out of date. Oh, yes, it's that season. Yeah, and you know what the picture is? My wife picked the picture. Y'all know what the picture is. I took the picture of my wife pulling the UPS truck. Yes. As a matter of fact, I got to tell you all this story real quick. So, Christy decided she wanted to do strongman stuff, that she liked that training. We were in Hilton Head for spring break last year, and she went to a strongman gym, and she liked it, and so she decided to start training strongman stuff. And, stage 4 lung cancer, might as well do strongman competitions. So she pulled a UPS truck, 18,000-pound UPS truck. She had to pull it 25 feet. She did it a couple of weeks ago. I took the picture. So, of course, the picture on our Christmas cards is going to be Christy pulling the UPS truck. And yesterday, UPS showed up. So we've got a KitchenAid mixer. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Cooks Illustrated, which I rely on, is kind of like stuff to buy, says that whatever, I don't know what happened to KitchenAid mixers, but the new KitchenAid mixers, if you need bread higher than the second gear, you can burn out the machine, and they got a warning now. And we've got a KitchenAid mixer we've had for like 20 some odd years. And it's starting to where I do a lot of kneading of bread, and a screw fell out and wouldn't go back in, and the head's getting wobbly, and it's not really fixable at this point. And so we decided there's this Swedish mixer company called Ankarström. Yes, Ankarström. And there's a place in Atlanta that sells them, Atlanta Grill, and I decided I would go get one from them and try out this mixer, which Cooks Illustrated now says for like 30, 40 years they've recommended the KitchenAid mixer, and now they said this one. So the Ankarström mixer shows up yesterday. UPS has it, and it weighs like, in the box and all the packaging stuff, it's like 35 pounds. Christy was outside, so she went down to the UPS guy and said, I'll take it. And the guy tells my wife, ma'am, it's kind of heavy. And Christy says, that's okay. I'll take it. So the dude hands my wife this 35-pound mixer box. And then he looks at her and says, ma'am, is it okay? And she says, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I pulled one of your trucks 2 weeks ago. And said the guy's jaw just dropped. And she did. She pulled a UPS truck, 2-3 weeks ago. So, yeah, the 30, she could totally handle the 35-pound mixer. And she said the guy just stood there and watched her carry the mixer inside. I guess expected her to put it down or something to catch her breath. But nope, she carried it all the way inside because was only 35 pounds, and she just pulled an 18,000-pound UPS truck a couple weeks ago. My goodness. My wife is something, y'all. She is. 877-973-7425 is the phone number. Let's go to Walt. Welcome to the show, Walt. How are you?
I'm fine, Eric. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I had a comment, a kind of a suggestion, not just to you, but to get on the airwaves. I think it's probably already been thought of, but concerning the hospital there in Gaza, I think the Army or the Red Cross should, or maybe a hospital ship or two hospital ships could be moved onto the coast, or tents built, hospital tents in that area and protected with massive military guardianship, for lack of a better word, and then take down that whole hospital, transfer all the people there, and take down that hospital in the rat nest tunnel that exists beneath it. Since that's their prime headquarters, that might really do them in.
They should do something like that. I mean, so part of the problem is, Hamas is not allowing the patients to be released from the hospital. So yeah, I think if Israel it goes, says, look, we're gonna put them in a better hospital. It does something. I mean, Hamas literally has a headquarters. Now, it's not just this one, Walt. They've got headquarters under a couple of different hospital locations and schools, but they literally store their weapons under hospitals and schools and under mosques as well. So if the weapons blow up, the building blows up, which they hope will hamstring Israel, or at least give Israel a black eye in the press so people could accuse them of war crimes. I mean, these are bad people. These are actual terrorists, and they need to be dispatched. They very clearly need to be dispatched, sent straight to hell. And anything Israel can do, Israel needs to do. Eve, you're going to be up next. Welcome to the show.
Hey there, Eric. Thanks for having me. I try to listen to you just about every single day, and I think it's important that a lot more people should listen to you, whether they're on the left side or the right side or anywhere in between, because you really are very fair. But long story short, I've raised two daughters, ages 20 and 21. My 21-year-old is a very staunch Republican, much like myself, and my 20-year-old is the complete opposite. Very, very liberal. And I think it's because I let them make their own decisions. However, the biggest problem that I have right now, and we try not to talk about politics, but it's with this whole Israel conflict that come up. She started talking to me about it a little bit, and she kept saying, isn't it terrible what Israel is doing to the Palestinians? And my jaw dropped, and she gets almost all of her information from TikTok, and she's 20. I can't govern that right now. She's got to be able to make her own decisions. But where do I guide her to try to get her to get the correct information without absolutely scarring her with some of the pictures that are out there?
Oh,
I need help.
If she's on TikTok, there's not a lot you can do, I'm afraid. It is TikTok. The Chinese government literally is using this to indoctrinate our kids, and at your kid's age, she's too old. You can't stop her.
But besides having her hear you say that or hear myself say that, where can she find information that states just that maybe might get her juices flowing to start thinking a little bit more for herself and not pulling just from one source?
I honestly, if she looks at some of the Ben Shapiro commentaries and not Brie Larson, that's the actress. What's the girl's name? My daughter likes one of the. It's different commentators from Daily Wire or just National Review. Reading some of these, and of course, what you'll probably say is, well, these are slanted, these are biased. So read the Wall Street Journal, which, I mean, the reporters of the Wall Street Journal do a pretty good job, and the outside of the editorial page, they're not really conservative, and they're documenting this stuff. But it's really hard to get a 20-something getting their news from TikTok to go to other places, because TikTok also convinces them that these other places are agenda-driven, and the TikTok algorithm is not, but these other places are. I mean, that's where it goes. I feel bad that you're in this situation, but in all honesty, I know you said you shouldn't have to, but showing your kid some of the things that Hamas did on October 7th is probably the wake-up call. And
she's a very sensitive individual, so I know seeing some of that will absolutely frighten her.
I've had nightmares from the ones I've seen, and I don't say it lightly, but if she's getting her news from TikTok, or even just go to the White House and listen to John Kirby, the clip I played with Jake Tapper of Kirby just being outraged by these people tearing down the posters. There's no easy answer. Once the rabbit hole, and honestly, it's like, I shouldn't say this one because I know it's going to get me in trouble with a segment of listeners, and I'm going to apologize in advance. But it really is like some of the stolen election claims. There are some legitimate claims out there, and I don't want to dismiss those. But the Dominion voter system machines throwing the vote for Joe Biden, and it was a plot by the Italians and the Venezuelans and stuff. When you go down that rabbit hole, it is really hard to pull people out of those sorts of rabbit holes, because they then surround themselves with everything to affirm it and not to challenge it. It's really hard. I don't envy the position you're in, but, being mindful of it and knowing it's a problem is probably the first step to taking care of it. All I will tell you, though, in all seriousness, is do not break off a relationship with your kid over political views. Don't ever do that.
Oh, no. Thanksgiving is coming. We can't do that.
Yeah,
we all have to sit at the table together.
I'm already seeing these stories about how do I talk politics at the table at Thanksgiving. You don't talk politics at the table. Or religion. Yes, yeah, exactly. So listen, my thank you for calling. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it a ton. You're be loving, always be loving, and that helps more. And if you're a believer, pray. David, you're going to be up next. Welcome.
I just had one comment, and everything you've talked about since I first called in really had to do with critical thinking.
Yes.
There's so much instant gratification because of the social media, because of faster computer systems, that people even get bored at a refresh rate that's less than a quarter of a millisecond.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happened here is that people have forgot how to do research, even just little stuff, and try to figure out what's going on. Because you can get a good eye about what's going on in Israel just by hitting some different places in Google, because I have. But what I really called about was that when this electric car thing started, the government and the green people were all 100%. We got to go green. We got to be 100% electric. And of course, anybody that did some thought experiments realized that we didn't have the grid, we didn't have the we didn't have anything but a thought. But we did have propane-powered cars. Technology is available. And also natural gas-powered cars, technology is available, and both of those can reduce carbon monoxide by 30%. Mm-hmm. Now, is that a 100% home run? No. Does it get us to a place where we need to be closer? Yes. Is it cheaper? Yes. But could these people think in terms of a long-term plan? How do we get there? No, because critical thinking and getting stuff done in the long term is not reinforced anymore.
Right.
And it sure needs to be.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you say that, because one of the side angles of this is the people who say they're doing their own research. I hear that more than anything else. I've done my own research. And 9 times out of 10, what it means is I went looking for other people who agree with what I already believe to prove myself right.
The wrong place to go is a chat room of people that agree with. The best place to do research is go to the other guy that you think's an idiot. It's 180 degrees on the other side of what you believe, and see what they say. And you might find out that there's things there that are right, like the green people, and I call them green people, yeah, should we do something about the greenhouse gases and all that? Does it even make sense? Forget all what you really think is happening. Yes, it makes sense, but does it make sense to run around with a hair on fire?
Right.
No.
Nope. I got to let you go there because I got a commercial break here. But yes, I mean, you should read the people you disagree with. My friend Tim Keller used to always say that we all have something to learn from one another, including those of us we disagree with. And you may wind up still disagreeing, but you can learn something from them in your disagreement. And he's right. And I spend so much, most of the mainstream media is hostile to my worldview, and yet I got to read them every day and can still learn stuff and process, synthesize, and analyze. Be willing to be challenged by people you disagree with, and you become smarter and also have a better command of the facts to be able to challenge their side. Yes. Now, I got to tell you about the Eden Pure Thunderstorm. Let's say you're challenged by stinky air. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm will clean up that air. It eliminates bad odors, and you can get 3 of them, one for upstairs, one for downstairs, one for your basement, one for your RV, one for your travel bag. Wherever you need them, you get 3 of them. For less than $200, you save $200, and you get free shipping. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm eliminates pet odors, smoke odors. You got a stinky litter box, it's going to wipe out those odors. I got a listener who keeps one in his laundry room where his litter box is, and it takes care of those odors. Smoke odors, I've used them in rental cars. You can plug it up with a USB cord in a rental car, or you can plug it up directly into a wall. It just works. Get 3 of them for less than $200. Save $200. Get free shipping. You go to EdenPureDeals.com, EdenPureDeals.com. You'll see a discount code box on the front page of the site at EdenPureDeals.com. You put in Eric, E-R-I-C-K. That's the discount code, my name, at EdenPureDeals.com. Get 3 of them for less than $200 and eliminate the foul odors.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
As often happens on this program in the middle of the show, when they do research about this program at radio stations, you know what comes up more often than not? That nobody ever has any idea what I'm going to say. It's why people tune in. And you know why people have no idea what I'm ever going to say? It's the I guess the ADD to some degree. In the middle of a commercial break, I see something that's like, oh, forget that thing I was going to talk about. I want to talk about this. It's why I can never remember. Like, I do a monologue and someone will call and say, oh, what you said is so great. Like 30 minutes later, I'm like, what did I say? I don't remember. Once it's out of my head, it's gone. I did not realize, that's a long way of saying tangent away from everything. I did not realize that it is today the anniversary of the release of Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. It was released in 2003 at Christmas. I saw it in the theater. Y'all, if you've never seen this movie, it's a Russell Crowe movie. It is one of my favorite movies. Now, I read the book series, Master and Commander, and it is a detailed, and I kind of lost my interest towards the latter books in the series, but it is about a ship captain and his friend who sails with him often around the world in the middle of the Napoleonic Wars, and it is just a spectacularly wonderful movie with one of the most accurate depictions of maritime life during the Napoleonic Wars ever put to screen. It's a wonderful movie. Next time I take Philip to Vegas, I got to make him watch it because I'm pretty sure he hasn't seen it. I always make him watch a movie. We did Gladiator. Now we just got to do all the Russell Crowe movies.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.